So, the Eula Banner has been announced as a weapon banner, but we're going to talk about the character banners today because let me tell you, this might be a must-pull banner because it's actually a really good banner with lots of good characters on it. So, we're going to talk about the characters on the banner today, my thoughts on them, why you should get them, what they're good for, and why they're all actually really good with the Eula. So, if you guys do enjoy today's video and you want to support me out, you can always feel free to sub because only 4.8% of watch viewers are subscribed. If you're new or return to the channel, we do get guides, news discussions, gameplay challenges, and more. So if you want to support me and help me do YouTube full time, you can always feel free to drop me a sub. But you don't have to, obviously. But let's get into it. So on the screen here, I'll put up the banner. So we've got a Eula, looking fine as always, and we have Xingqiu, Beidou, and Xinyan. All characters that I use a bit, apart from Xinyan, but we'll get to her in a bit as well. So let's talk about it. So Eula, she's going to be a physical Claymore user. Now, of course, if you tap her skill, she does cryo damage. If you hold it down, you get stacks. She does, but her main focus is she does a lot of physical damage with her greatsword. So to do that, I mean, the best teams for her that I laid out in a video I made yesterday was that obviously you want something who can do superconduct, which hey, Beidou, she's perfect for that. And Xinyan, she's great for increasing her physical damage, and Xingqiu is just great for overall just additional damage. So Eula's gonna be she's just basically a physical Claymore user, and she's cryo, so she can do superconduct easily. And that's enough said. I mean, I think Eula already is a pretty big pull. I know a lot of you guys might be saving for 1.6 or any characters that might come out then, or character reruns. We don't know what's out there yet, but let's talk about the characters on the banner as of now. So we have Beidou, and we'll talk about her first because she's a character I used to main quite a lot. I used to run Beidou as a DPS character, and she can still do quite a lot of damage if you're really good at hitting counters. I used to be really good with my counters if you come by and watch me play the game every now and then, but I mean, it's still good now, but it's a very hard thing to get used to. Normally I use like a sound cue or like a minor like screen shake cue to be able to activate her tide caller, but the main reason why Beidou is good with Eula is also because of her Stormbreaker burst, which will basically shroud her with an electro shield, provided that you got her constellation, and it will infuse all of your party's attacks with electro for a few seconds. Now, thing is, if you put that on the Eula, it's basically some free electro damage. And pair that with Xingqiu, which we'll get on the banner, you're also going to get some like free electro charge reactions without having to do anything. Now, obviously, her passives aren't really too useful, apart from swimming consumption, is lowered, but the main thing is constellations as well, which C1 is a free shield, C2 just basically increases your damage potential, C3 very nice for her, and C5 is also very nice, but C4, I mean, if you're running Beidou as a main damage dealer, it's really good, but her C6 is also extremely nice because it decreases electro res, which works good for Beidou as a DPS, or it basically will increase your electro damage if you're using her burst in conjunction with a Eula. So overall, Beidou is a really good support for a Eula, or you can run her as a damage dealer. I personally like to run her as a damage dealer with Prototype Archaic. You can also run something like Snow Tombed, or you can run like a Favonius Greatsword or Sacrificial Greatsword. They're all really good options for her, because Beidou's quite a universal character that you can run in a lot of teams. So yeah, I mean, Beidou, she's absolutely great. I'd recommend pulling just for her, to be fair. But like, what's even better than Beidou is Xingqiu. Now Xingqiu, he is another support that I absolutely love and adore, and you can run him as mainly just a support character for his burst. Now, I run Favonius Sword on him. You shouldn't do that. If you've got a Sacrificial Sword, which we'll get to on the weapon banner video soon, his best in slot will be Sacrificial Swords, because his E has quite a long cooldown. But generally speaking, you don't need constellations for Xingqiu, but any constellations you get for him actually make him just do a lot more damage. And it's all just really just good for him as a support, but you don't need it. A C0 Xingqiu is all you need, really. Constellations are just nice to have for him. Like, the main thing that you want to use him for is to apply Hydro, and get because he's got high energy recharge, he'll get his burst up, and then you can just use his burst to switch out and do Hydro damage with every attack as well, which is why I think Xingqiu and Beidou are really good switch comps. Also, another thing to mention as well is, even if you don't get a Eula, Beidou and Xingqiu are great together. You can run Beidou with, I don't know, Tartaglia. You can run Xingqiu with Tartaglia. You can run them with a lot of damage dealers. Do a lot of reaction-based stuff with them. You can run them with Hu Tao as well. You can run them with a lot of like elemental damage dealers, and you'll be completely fine. So, like, even if you don't want to get a Eula, I recommend pulling just for these two characters alone because they're actually really that good. Now, Xinyan is an interesting spot. She's one of the least popular characters in the entire game because she's a bit of a difficult position. Like she's built like a DPS character, but she's also got the capabilities of a support. And now, the thing is, if you like Xinyan, build her as a DPS. Trust me, we need more of you guys in the world out there. But I want to run her ideally with a Sacrificial Greatsword or Favonius Greatsword if you're running her as a support with a Eula, because you want the energy recharge. And also, another thing is, if you've got Sac Greatsword, you can get 2 shields, because the cooldown on Xinyan's shield is extremely long, which makes her not the most ideal character, but Sacrificial Greatsword generally fixes that issue that she has. So if you've got a Sacrificial Greatsword, I think you'll generally be pretty good with her. If not, Favonius Greatsword is also really nice for a Xinyan. Support Xinyan is also something that would be pretty decent, especially if you get her constellations, because a C1 is okay for like attacking normally. C2 is, C2. But the main thing is her C4 decreases opponent's physical resistance. Now, if you run Xinyan as a support with a Eula, you'll be increasing a Eula's physical damage by 15% if you hit them with a shield. Now, the other thing to mention as well is, if you get Xinyan to level 60, which, hey, most of you guys are above AR 30 now, so you probably would have your character above level 60. Your character shielded with your Xinyan shield will get an additional 15% physical damage, so you'll be getting a free 30% physical damage if you can get her to C4. Now, I think that's just generally good for a Eula, but you can also run this with Razor, and I think this is a really good position to get constellations. Now, the reason why I think that is because especially Xinyan is part of Pyro. Now, Pyro Resonance is 2 Pyro characters, and that will increase your damage attack by 25%. Now, another character you can get in the Star Glitter shop right now, which will also increase your attack, is Bennett. Now, if you get Bennett and Xinyan on the same team, do you see what I'm thinking here? You can get a lot of attack, more physical damage, and I think that would be really good for you, because also you can do melt reactions. Now, melt reactions probably won't do very much, but hey, melt reactions are a possibility at that point. Now, you can get Bennett. You can get Bennett in the Star Glitter shop. So if you're pulling quite a lot, you can get some like Master Star Glitter and then buy a Bennett constellation, or just buy Bennett outright. And I think that might be a really good investment, especially if you've been pulling on this banner. But let me know down below, what do you guys think about the Eula banner? I think it is generally a must pull, but I know a lot of you guys only pull for race-up characters, not for the 4 stars. So you guys might be definitely saving for future banners, especially in 1.6, because I've heard it's pretty spicy, But I hope you're all having a lovely day wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you guys in another video really soon. Probably going to talk about the weapon banner tomorrow before we pull on Tuesday when she comes out. I've only got 20 pulls. I've got 3,000 primos, but hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you guys in another video really soon. Have a great day, everyone.